hit to the head, dark rooms, no phone, no TV, fourth concussion. 4.5 months of school gone by, and where have I been? Home. June comes, and I have to make up nearly all this work if I don't want to repeat the 9th grade. Today, I stand before you as a 10th grader who did not have to repeat the 9th grade. How did I do it? Tutors. I'm here today to talk to you about an explosive topic that tends to make people quite uncomfortable and is generally unacknowledged in a public setting: tutoring. So what is the purpose of a tutor? The sole purpose of a tutor is to provide you with the knowledge and the tools to understand select information. Tutors should be helping you help yourself, meaning that their purpose should be to help you understand enough to become academically independent. However, the opposite can easily occur, making you dependent on your tutor. This is when tutoring becomes something that it is not. At what point do you even need a tutor? And for starters, in no way at all is this me saying that all struggling students should be tutored extensively, because that is not my intention. However, sometimes struggling students need more than their school can offer and financially have access to extra help. It is also important to acknowledge that there is an existing economic diversity and that hiring tutors is not an option for all families. This is where utilizing on-campus resources can be so crucial for some students. To be completely blunt, I love tutors. I think tutors can be so amazing and extremely helpful. What I do not find extremely amazing and helpful is when a tutor does your work for you. So, what is the difference between a good tutor and a bad one? The difference all lies in the type of help that they are giving you. The line is drawn between whether your tutor is teaching you or doing it for you. If your tutor is doing your work for you, then the line has definitely been crossed. And not to be selfish or anything, but how does this affect me? How does it affect me or other students who are doing their own work when your tutor is doing your work for you? Well, picture this. Say your tutor partially or fully writes your paper for you, but I write my paper all on my own, and you get an A, but I get a B+. How is that fair? Is your A really an A then? Is my B+ really a B+ in comparison to your A? Our teacher may be seeing this because, well, how would he know how we're writing our paper at home? Well, in reality, couldn't it be this? Absolutely. The same thing goes for parental help as same as tutors, because in general, academic dependence can just put you at a disadvantage for your future. Needing help is more than okay. That help is what will help you succeed. The act of becoming dependent on someone, however, may just paralyze your success. At boarding schools, kids generally do not have access to tutors and parental help and are forced to be independent workers and self-achievers. According to the Association of Boarding Schools, boarding school graduates were reported to be 87% prepared for college academically, compared to 71% of private school kids and 39% of public school kids. Although this is not directly associated with not having parental help or tutors, it is clearly associated with the fact that they were academically independent. So, why do people become dependent in the first place? One of two things. One, the desire to achieve. Two, the inability to tolerate frustration. The desire to achieve comes from the belief that you aren't good enough or that you need to do better. Well, how about doing better without becoming dependent? In order to accomplish self-success, it is important to be willing to push through and get frustrated. Learn, don't cheat, allow yourself to figure things out on your own. So, now that we know the why people become dependent, when do they become dependent? At what point is their dependence recognizable? Dependence is recognizable when you stop learning. Dependence is recognizable when you are unable to succeed on your own. So, if you're unable to succeed on your own, then what happens when you no longer have access to that type of help? Failure, the inability to succeed. So, my message today here for you is that if you need help, get it. Just make sure that the help you are receiving is help that will help you in the long run and not just the short. Thank you.